Young drivers continue to be overrepresented in Australian crash statistics. Too many P-plate drivers are killed or injured in car crashes every year. But why are young drivers involved in so many crashes? And what causes all these crashes?
Speed, of course.
Yeah, speed. Yeah, that was one of the major things. Speed, not slippery roads.
That has something to do with it, I guess.
So pretty much speed kills, and so you should slow down. And
The drug too, of course.
yeah, drugs. Under the influence, alcohol. No good thing. Yeah. Drink driving.
Slippery roads is nothing but
I forgot
alcohol and
about
speed.
that. I should stop doing that.
Kangaroos.
Why do P-platers have so many crashes?
Because older drivers run into them.
What's the number one reason that people have crashes?
Drunk driving.
And why do teenagers have so many crashes?
Drunk driving.
Why do you think young drivers have so many car crashes?
Because they're inexperienced.
So what is the number one reason that people are involved in car crashes?
I think in like regional areas that car crashes are mainly attributed to like the quality of the roads, especially like Bell's Line, and especially between here and Blaney, I think the road's very subpar. And I think if they improve the quality of the roads, that crashes would be a little lower. There'd be less crashes.
Over the last few years, the New South Wales state government has introduced a number of tough laws to try and combat this young driver road trauma. For example, red P-plate drivers can't drive with more than one passenger under the age of 25 after 11 p.m. P-plate drivers can't drive vehicles powered by a V8 or turbo engine. And any red P-plater who gets caught speeding cops an instant 3-month licence suspension. These laws and others have been aimed at what the RTA sees as the 4 biggest causes of road trauma: speed, alcohol, fatigue, and lack of seatbelts. But are these tough laws working? Let's get an expert opinion.
The 3 reasons that young drivers are overrepresented in crash statistics are inexperience, overconfidence, and intentional risk-taking. And nothing has been done to target any of these 3 factors. I mean, the government are obsessed with, speed kills, don't die for a deadline. They're obsessed with speed as one of the causes of car crashes, but at the end of the day, 2/3 of road death happens at or below the speed limit. So by focusing solely on speed as the cause of car crashes, they're only going to reduce the road toll by a maximum of 1/3. One thing that would help would be proper driver training. At the moment, you can get your licence without having to know how to do an emergency stop, which is absolutely ridiculous, because doing an emergency stop is one thing that could actually save your life. Young drivers drive fast because it feels good, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that as long as they don't do it on a public road. Driving fast and in controlled conditions is actually a good way for P-plate drivers to get the adrenaline rush without putting people's lives at risk. So they need to be given more opportunities to do that in situations where they're not going to be on a public road putting people's lives in danger.
So in the meantime, what can you do to avoid becoming involved in a car crash? Here's 5 tips. Firstly, have 2 hands on the steering wheel at all times. This gives you the ability to swerve and recover, which you can't do with only one hand. Avoid distractions. If you take your eyes off the road, you won't react as quickly in an emergency. Leave plenty of space between you and the car in front, so you don't hit them if you stop suddenly. Look both ways at an intersection. Half of car crashes happen at intersections, so you can slash your chances of being involved in a car crash by 50% if you make sure that there's no one coming. And finally, do an advanced driving course. There, you will get taught valuable lessons that aren't part of the licensing process. If everyone followed this advice, we wouldn't see horrible scenes like these.